When you decide to walk away from a narcissist, something profound happens, something that strikes at the very core of their identity. Narcissists depend heavily on controlling others to feel powerful, validated, and emotionally stable. When you leave, cut contact, or move on with your life, it shatters the illusion of control they once had over you. Suddenly, the power dynamic shifts, and they are left feeling helpless. Narcissists never truly possessed power over you on their own. Instead, they manipulated you into surrendering your own power, your decisions, your emotions, your identity. They crafted a reality in which you began to rely on them for validation, direction, or even self-worth. But the truth is, they only had that power because you unknowingly gave it to them. When you reclaim it, when you walk away, they're left powerless because they have nothing of their own to stand on. Imagine someone who constantly tells you how to dress, what to say, who to talk to, and slowly you start complying, believing they know best. This person never had that authority to begin with. You just believe them. But one day, you wake up and realize that you can think, act, and live without them. You start dressing for you, speaking your truth, choosing your company. That sudden withdrawal of compliance is devastating to a narcissist because it exposes a painful truth. They never had any real control. Without your attention and emotional energy, the narcissist spirals. They relied on you to regulate their own emotions, using you like a mirror to prop up their fragile self-esteem. Your independence was always a threat to them because it reminded them of how little control they actually have over you and over themselves. They live trapped in their own minds, ruled by insecurities, fears, and emotional chaos. And the only way they know how to manage that internal disorder is by controlling others, especially someone close. So, when they can no longer use you as their emotional crutch, their world starts to collapse. They may have believed that controlling you gave them freedom, but in truth, it was an illusion. The narcissist's sense of freedom only existed when they could dictate your life. They weren't freeing themselves. They were trapping you to create a fake sense of release from their own mental prison. But when you cut them off, the illusion disappears. They're left alone with their fears and flaws, with no one to project them onto. And for the first time, they may start to realize that the power was never theirs, it was always yours. You just finally stop giving it away. So, when you reclaim your freedom, you don't just break free. You shine a light on the truth they try to hide, that they were never strong, never in control, and never free. They were only ever using you to avoid facing the prison they've built inside their own minds.